Good afternoon, everyone. I am Shraddha, and we are here to learn going to school in the topic of your EVS class 4th. So, the term school is really important in our lives because everyone goes to school to study, to learn different things. So, there are many people who try to go to school by different means of conveyance or means of transportations, and also in areas where there is not possible to go to school by cars or scooters or something like that, we prefer going to school by any means. Like, for example, in some areas where it rains a lot, people make bamboo bridge. Now, have you heard about bamboo bridge before? Bamboo bridge is, of course, as the name suggests, it is made up of bamboos. So different bamboos are joined together through a rope, and a bridge of this type is made. As you can see on the screen, we have a bamboo bridge. It has been made with different bamboos. Have you ever walked on this bridge before, students? So this bridge is used where there is a lot of water and people cannot move because of water. So they create a bamboo bridge with different bamboos and they walk on that. Now, what do you think? Is it easy to walk on a bamboo bridge? So let's do some activity. You all can take different bamboos and you can make a small bridge out of that. You can connect your bamboo sticks with ropes or something, and you can create your small bamboo bridge and then you can try walking on that. So what do you think? Are you able to walk on bamboo bridge properly or not? And how does it feel? So all of these bamboo bridges can be seen in those areas where it rains a lot and where there is water till your knee level and it's impossible to go to school. So this is one way by which people go to school, by using the bamboo bridge. Now, the other way out of going to the school is your bullock cart. So as it says, we ride in a bullock cart going slowly through the green fields. If it is too sunny or raining, we use our umbrellas. As you can see in this picture, this is a picture in the village in the plains. Over here, of course, we cannot see the water, but we can see two bulls which are taking the students to their school. Every student is so excited and willing to go to the school. And since they do not have any other means to go to school, so they are using bullock cart. Have you ever seen bullock cart before in your life? Have you ever traveled in bullock cart? So here people, a group of children, are going to their school to learn different things using the bullock carts, and usually it happens in those areas where there are no mountains, where there are no snow. So on the plains, the people use bullock cart to travel in to the school. So this is the image of the bullock cart. This is how it looks. Now, what do you think? Is going to school through bamboo bridge or going to school through bullock cart, which one of them is easy? Which one of them have you ever used? Or which one of them do you want to use? So, both of these are the examples of different areas where different types of things are used to go to school. One should always go to school because it's really important for our growth. We tend to learn different things from school. We learn new good activities. We enjoy the company of our friends. So either we can go alone or with our parents so that they can drop us to the school, or we can arrange a group of students which can go to the school on a single bullock cart. It takes you slowly, not that quickly, but it takes you slowly, and it helps you reach the school. So let's move on to the next one. Now, there is one amazing state which is Rajasthan. So, I hope you all have heard about this state before, or if not, the major thing about Rajasthan is that it has a huge and a massive desert there. Desert, that means full of sand, heat, and sand all around. You hardly can find water there. So, students which study in Rajasthan also go to the school. Basically, what means they use is camels. Now, how many of you have experienced sitting on a camel? There must be some fairs, or there must be some um, areas where you must have went, and there you must have experienced camel riding. I hope everyone has done it. So, the camel cart is another way by which the students travel to the school. So, as you can see in the picture, we have a camel, we have a person which is directing the camel and is taking the students through the desert, and then we have a bunch of students sitting there. So, it has wheels, and the cart is made up of wood. So, the camel has been tied with the ropes which are connected to the cart, and as the camel moves, the cart moves along with it because both of them are connected. The person sitting on the camel directs the camel, and he changes his directions and tells him where to go, where not to go. And this is how the people who live in Rajasthan, where there's lots and lots of sand and you can sink in the sand, there is too much of hotness, there is no water, use this mode of transportation or this means by which they can travel and reach their school. So, camel carts are basically used in those areas where there's a lot of sands. And you must have seen the areas which are sandy, which has a desert. You must have seen camels over there all around, because only camels can walk for longer miles, for longer distances without getting tired and walking continuously. And they can also bury lots and lots of luggage in them, and you can solve all your purposes with the help of the camels. And so does the student too. So the students sit either in a group, or in a group of two, or in a group of three, or let's say 5 to 7, and then they travel to the school. So what do you think? What is more exciting? Is it the camel ride or the bullock cart ride? And can you figure out the difference between the bamboo bridge and the camel riding? Which seems to be more easier? So the difference between these two is, the major difference is that the bamboo bridge is made up of bamboos, as the name suggests, and the camel cart is of course made up of wood, and the camel takes you through it. So it has an animal which is helping you to take you to the school, and in the bamboo bridge you do not have anybody who takes you to the school, but it's you which who walks on the bridge, and then you reach to your school. The bamboo bridge is slightly uneven, and it may swing a bit because it's up in the air, you know, and it's away from your water level, which is there underneath your bamboo bridge. And when you go onto the bamboo bridge, you might feel a bit uneasy or a bit moving because it moves, and it might be a bit risky because it can also break anytime. But if tied properly, it's a very good means to travel to your school. Whereas your camel cart, you just need to sit there, as you can see. The students are just sitting there, and there is one elder person who is taking you through the sandy area, and there is no risk of falling, and you can reach timely as well, and you can travel long distances as well. So this is used where there is no water, where there is only sand. Now let's come on to the another very exciting thing, which is the cement bridge, and we all must have used this bridge someday or the other in our lives, isn't it? How many of you have seen this bridge in your real life? The second question is, what do you think? How many people can travel or how many people can walk on this bridge? What's the capacity? How many can it hold? Just one or two or larger number or what? The third question which arises over here is that can we just see the cement bridge on the road, or have you ever seen the cement bridge on a sea or any water body, or is it just over some sandy area like some desert, or is it on road? What do you think? So, as the name suggests, it is a cement bridge which, can you guess that what material has been used to make this bridge? Yes, you all are correct. It is cement. So, cement bridge is made up of cement, as the name suggests, and it looks really rigid. It looks strong because, of course, anything which is made up of cement is naturally strong. So, a cement bridge is basically needed when we have to go across some water bodies, okay, and not just cement, it is made up of bricks. So, just like a wall is constructed using the bricks and a bit of sand and everything, this bridge is also constructed with the help of some cement, some bricks, and of course the iron rods. So, this bridge has bricks, cements, and iron rods, and that's what it makes it very strong. Now, the cement bridge looks like what you can see in the picture. It is a huge bridge, and it is meant to solve our purpose to travel through those areas where we cannot go by ourselves, where we cannot walk on. So we can see the bridge everywhere, even if it is a water body. There might be cases where you all have come across a water body which has a bridge. You must have also seen those scenes where a train crosses by the water body on the bridge. So, a bridge is really important for us to go to the school because a bridge solves the purpose of traveling in those areas where we cannot go. So, let's say a person's school is across the river and you cannot go by your feet. So, the bridges are constructed for you to go to your school safely and study there. And can anybody answer that how is this bridge different from a bamboo bridge? So, again, if we compare this bridge with the bamboo bridge, so the bamboo bridge again is made up of bamboos which are not that strong. They are manually made. By manually, I mean that people make it. There is no cement used there, there is no iron rods used there, not even the bricks are used there. So it is made manually, and it is up in the air as the cement bridge, but the bamboo bridges tend to move, whereas the cement bridges, since these are made up of cement which is really strong and they get even stronger when used with a brick and iron rods, so these bridges are firm, they are stable, they do not move, and it can hold capacity of many people. And some of the bridges have stairs as well, so if in case there's a question that how would you travel towards the bridge, like how would you reach the top of it, so for that you are going to have the stairs, as you can see in the picture as well, that in the center is the bridge, like the bridge path, and the things which are going slanting downwards are the staircase. So you can climb up the stairs and you can reach to the middle of the bridge, and then you can go across the road or the river or any water body. So you can travel up the bridge and you can reach to your school. So the bamboo bridge is a bit risky and it's used where there is lots and lots of water. So in rural or backward areas, the bamboo bridge is used because it's easy to afford and people can make it quickly. Whereas the cemented bridge can be seen in a bit developed areas, and in today's world, they are being developed in every corner of the world just to make the traveling easier. So it can hold as many people as one, because being firm and stiff, it cannot move, so it can hold people. What do you think? Can cars travel through the cement bridges? So there are some bridges which can also carry the weight of cars, but those are really massive bridges which are made with proper wiring, iron rods, cement, and everything. But the bridges which we can find in our areas locally can just maximum carry the weight of a person or a group of persons, or maybe a light cycle. That's it. But they can carry as many people as required. So this is what the cement bridge is, and it is really useful and you can find it everywhere around you. So how many of you have traveled through this cement bridge? So I am very sure about that I have traveled through this bridge many times in my life, and that's how the small students also go to school to learn things. So see how important the studies are and how important it is for us to understand the importance of the studies and to travel through different means, areas and conditions to reach to the school and study. It's really important for every one of us to know the importance of school and to attend the school. um, Nevertheless, the area which you are residing at, or it doesn't matter from where you are coming, it's just that there are various means by which people do travel and they make their journey easier and possible. So the next thing which is really common, which we have of course experienced many times in our life, is cycling. Again, it can happen in plains and in the areas we reside at. So you must all have seen a group of children or even a single child who goes to school by a bicycle. Bicycle is something which has two wheels, because the bi word suggests that it is two, and cycle is of course a cycle. So a cycle with the two wheels is known as a bicycle, and people use it to go to the school. Now a bicycle is a really easy means to travel to the school, because you can travel independently, you know where to stop, you know how much speed you need to get, and you know everything is in your hand. You can travel like you can cross your hurdles if there are any, like if there is a bit of hollowness on the road, so you can just change your direction a bit, and then you can go, you can adjust your speed, you can adjust everything. So cycle is a very good means by which people travel to the school. So how many of you have traveled to the school or anywhere with the help of your cycle, and how many of you have cycles in your home? I'm sure everyone must have cycles in your home. So, this is also another important means by which people go to the school. Now, coming on to jungles. Do you know what is a jungle and how does it look like, and what kind of level or road does it have? What can you see in jungle? So, in a jungle, we all can see dense trees, forest, plants, birds, and of course, one thing which we can see in a jungle is uneven road. So there is no plain road. You can see much of unevenness, and there are very rocky areas which you need to climb. So people who reside in jungles or nearby the jungles, and if they need to travel through the jungle to get into their school, also travel by walking. So over there we cannot use any means, because taking the cycle there is not possible because the road is uneven, so you cannot take the cycle there and travel over there because there is a risk that you can fall off. And also taking car over there is again not possible because car is a four wheeled vehicle, and you do not have enough space, and neither the roads are that fine that you can take your cars over there and you can travel to your school. The only possible way to travel through the jungle, through the plants, through the dense forest, through the uneven roads is by walking. So as you can see in the picture, there is a group of people, or there are some people which are walking in a group, and they are going to their destinations. Now, while walking, they have, I'm sure they must have come across many thorns and many uneven roads, some leveled up, and some, thorny areas, and some creepy areas, and everything. So, you can experience everything in a jungle, but still, if you need to travel, then as you can see, you can do it that you can do that in a group, or you can travel alone. So usually if we come on to the children who need to go to the school through jungle, they make a group of people. They take some people along with them, and then they travel few distances by keeping everyone together so that they do not get misplaced in the jungle. So they take a group of people along with them, they carry their bags, and they travel through this area which is uneven. As you can see, the picture also tells you that one of the areas is a bit leveled up, one is down there. They're not at an even level. They have so many trees, they might be having some dangerous insects and everything. So they are traveling in a group so that they can help each other when needed, and they can easily travel to their destinations in the group. So, as the text says, that we have to go through a thick forest to reach school. At some places, it is so thick that even sunlight does not pass through. Yes. So, they say that if you're in a dense forest, dense means having so many trees. So, there's hardly a possibility that a ray of sunlight reaches you. So, over there, the area is very dark because of the trees surrounded everywhere. So, it is very silent there, and it's very tough to travel, so you can only hear the sounds of different birds and other creatures. So this is how a jungle looks like. It is there in the picture. So over here, I would like to discuss few questions with you all. Have you ever been in a thick jungle or any such place? Okay, so if you have been, then can you please write your experience in your notebook? You can start explaining your experience in your notebook about how did you reach to the jungle, who all were there with you, and how did you travel by the jungle, what all could you see in the jungle, what difficulties could you face there, and what sounds could you hear. So everything you can put in your notebook and you can explain your experience out there. And now if we talk about the sounds of different birds in the jungle, are you able to recognize the sounds of different birds? Like, what is the sound of a crow? What is the sound of a pigeon? What is the sound of a parrot, a peacock? Can you differentiate between all these sounds? Also, the second question which I would like to ask you is, can you imitate their sounds? Can you copy their sounds? Many people have this talent that they can copy or they can speak up the same sound as the birds do or the animals do. So, any one of you which can really imitate the sound of any animal or any bird can speak up. All right. Now, the next case is your northern areas. So, there are some areas in the country where there is nothing but snow everywhere around. There is lots and lots of chillness and cold, and you have snow, the falling snow there. And let us get into that picture where the people are traveling through the snow and reaching their school. So, this is one of the part of the country where the people travel um, into the snow and they reach their school. So you can see there are four girls which are in their uniforms, and there is no means of transportation there. And these girls are holding their hands, walking together, chit chatting, and making their way even easier. And the major thing which you can see is that there's snow all around. And the major fact about snow is that it's really slippery. You can slip if you do not walk properly with proper grip on snow. You can also sink in if the snow is really soft. You can sink in. You can go inside the snow. So you need to be really careful because there is nothing to hold on and you need to walk really slowly. No cycle, no car can work there because every vehicle has a chance to slip out there. So sometimes when the snow is hard, you tend to slip. So your feet slip when the snow is hard. And when snow is soft, you tend to sink in. Okay, so that's what is written over here, that we go to school through miles of snow, we hold hands and walk carefully. If the snow is soft, our feet sink into it. When the snow is frozen, we may slip and fall. Okay, so now the question here is, since we're talking about snow, so the very first question which arises is that, have you ever seen snow in your lives? Have you ever come across some areas, or if you've traveled to a place where there's lots and lots of snow, which happens in the northern part of the country, and you've enjoyed it? So any one of you which has traveled or which has experienced the snow? If not, so you must have seen snowfall in films. So there are so many film scenes where the characters enjoy the snow. So there are shot from the films which are in the snowfall and they tend to enjoy the snow. So everyone is covered in tons and tons of clothes and things. So I hope you must have experienced the snow, and if you have experienced, how does it look like? How do you feel by touching it? Can you hold it or not? And we are going to continue with this in the next lesson, and we're going to talk more about it and a few more things which are left. So have a good day. Bye.